Hello everyone, I'm gonna do another video tonight. I decided to do one on tracing photos. This comes up a lot in the groups on how to trace a photo. Usually someone wants to do one of a loved one who's passed as a memorial. I'm gonna show you a little trick that I do. I do want to point out though, go to YouTube and type in tracing without tears, and I'll put a link down in the about section of this video, and go through all of her series. I think there's 8 of them or something. She'll teach you from the very basics of tracing to more detailed images. She's really good and detailed. I'm just going to show you a quick one of how I do it. I took some of her direction and changed it a little bit to something that works for me, and it's helpful. So, what you want to do is find an image. Usually Google is a good place to start. I just pulled one up really quick of Britney Spears here. Just something basic, quick. Everybody knows who she is. So the first thing you want to do is take any image and Photoshop it, even if it's your own photo. If you don't have Photoshop program, you can go to this website, PicMonkey, and I'll also put a link to that down below. They do charge, but they charge for some of the more exclusive photoshopping stuff. But if black and white, you can do that for free. So you go to PicMonkey, hit edit, and find your photo and bring it up. First thing I always do is auto adjust, because sometimes there's too much light when they photoshopped it originally. You hit the little magic wand here and go down to black and white and apply. Then I like to go back to the basic edits and hit exposure and play with the shadows a little bit. You want to make sure anywhere you want vinyl that you're gonna want the color in to be highlighted more, if that makes sense. Sometimes you'll have to play with the contrast. It's all about lighting, shadows, all that stuff. So right now that kind of looks good to me. I mess with the brightness, the shadow, and the contrast. And you hit apply and then save it. Now I'm going to just move it so I can bring it onto my mat. And go to your trace option, select trace area. Now, the one that comes up when you trace it, I always use. So we hit trace, move the original, get the trace, and I like to fill it with color so I can see what's going to be cut and what's not. It's an okay trace, but we can do better. Now I put that to the side, and I go back to my trace, select that. This time I unclick high pass filter, I click low pass filter, and I drop it all the way to 0.25. I bring my scale down to about 6, and this is where you'll need to play with the threshold. It's going to be up to you how much or how little you want in there, but you can go back and forth with this all the time. Okay, so I'm going to put it at about 41. I don't like to go past 50. Hit trace, move the original again, and I like to fill it with color again. It looks pretty good, but we can do better. I take the first image that I traced, and I just zoom into the eyes because that's the easiest way to line these up. And there it is. Zoom back out, highlight it all, right click, weld. Now, depending on how detailed your picture is, this might freeze. See, mine's freezing right now. And it's because of all these little cuts in her hair. Now it's all welded. Now, if you want to keep all these little cuts, you can. Or you can go in and delete some of them. That's the cleanup. So you just click and hit delete. Some of them I'll keep, some of them I'll get rid of. It just depends on the image, how much I want to cut. And a lot of these little cuts you're going to lose anyway when you try to weed. There's no getting around it. But anyway, once you've cleaned it up to how you like, highlight the entire thing so that you get all your little dots. Right click, make compound path, and now it's one image. Awesome, right? Now I'll show you another one really quick so you can see how we did that. I have another picture saved over here already, so I'll just drag her in. Go to select trace area, highlight the whole image. First one that comes up, don't touch anything, just hit trace. And again, I like to fill it so I can see where my vinyl will be. Anything that's black will be vinyl. Now I know you're thinking, crappy picture. It's okay, because we are going to trace her again, and this time we unclick right path filter, click on low pass, drop it down to 0.25, drop our scale. I like to go to 6. It seems to work on every picture I do. And now we play with the threshold. 45 is just killing it. We want a little detail to her lip, her eyes, so drop that down. Let's see what 25 does. Hit trace. Gonna move that one. Fill it. Now if you really wanted to, you could use this one. I mean, it doesn't look like a bad trace. It looks pretty good to me. But we can get more of her nose, a little more of her lip, a little extra of this hair in if we bring it over. Click the third magnifying glass, and that way you can just magnify right where you want to go. Line up those holes in her eyes, the glare in the eye. Back up. Select both. Weld. Now again, this one's a little bit detailed, so it seems it's going to freeze, and then now it's done, so it wasn't too bad. And this one doesn't have a bunch of holes and dots in it, so not much cleanup. If I wanted to, I might take out those few eyelashes on the bottom, the dot on her lip, and in her hair over here. But other than that, it's a really good trace and something I would want to keep. Anyway, I hope that helps. Again, I'll put the links down below. Have any questions, feel free to ask. And I know this can be done many different ways. This is just the way that I do it. And hopefully for people who are visual learners like myself, this will help you out a little. Thanks for watching. Night.